Coming up here on Valley News Live at 10, how snow removal companies are preparing for what's shaping up to be a busy weekend. How Clay County is getting creative to hire corrections officers. Plus, help for area schools coming in the form of new pants. Valley News Live at 10 starts right now.
This is Valley News Live at 10.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Stacy Van Dyke. The weekend is here and it's bringing with it a massive snowstorm for some of us. Summer joins us straight away this evening with a first look at what's in store. Summer?
Good evening, Stacy, and good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us on this Friday night. We do have a little bit of snow in some areas. Here's a look at Devil's Lake, our home of Economy Skycam network, with just a dusting of snow, but we are going to add to that this weekend. That winter storm watch will start tomorrow evening at 6 and again continue through Sunday night at 6 for all areas shaded in yellow, which includes almost all of our viewing area aside from the extreme southern Red River Valley. So here's what you need to know for your weekend. A first alert weather day to include tomorrow night and through the day on Sunday. Much of our Saturday is going to be fairly quiet. You might look out the window and say, what winter storm are we talking about? Just wait. It's going to come after the dinner time hour is when I start to expect snow to move into the southern valley and gradually work its way north through the evening. And by late tomorrow night, some heavy snow at times across the northern Red River Valley. And we could see tricky travel across our region as early as Saturday evening. We're going to see snow continue through the day on Sunday, reduced visibility, gusty winds picking up, and we could see near blizzard conditions. I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast and how much snow you might need to shovel or snow blow coming up in a few minutes.
Very interested. Thanks, Summer. Like Summer said, the snow is coming this weekend, and it looks like it's going to be here to stay. Valley News Team's Alex Larson has more on how one local business is preparing for what's to come.
Usually when it hits, we wait for a little bit to pile up and we go and hit it hard.
Accelerated Greenworks in Fargo does snow removal for homes and businesses. Today, they're getting their equipment ready for what could potentially be a very busy rest of the year.
Some of the equipment is basically just hooking up to an attachment, make sure we, full of fuel and everything, and chain it down to the trailers. And some of it's a little more intensive.
To prepare, payloaders and skid loaders need their buckets taken off and snow pushers put on. But the day of jobs, there are still some things to check.
We have to make sure everything's fueled and ready to go. And, there's things that you don't think of that you need, to make sure you got the shovels in the back of the pickup and everything that sometimes during our normal operation, we take that out. So we just got to make sure everything is lined up and we're ready to go.
Some of the equipment can take a short time to load up, like snow blowers. Salt sanders, though, can take hours.
We got a couple salt sanders that we fill with salt and beet juice so we can salt for the ice. We got to plumb the beet juice and things like that.
Brown says winter can make for some long days for the company.
When the snow hits, we go until we're done. And then it can be 24 or 36 hours if we get a heavy snow.
And no matter how much snow this weekend brings,
we're preparing for the worst and getting ready to go.
Alex Larson, Valley News Live.
Make sure you download our free VNL weather app. Our storm team will keep you updated on where and when that snow will be coming this weekend. The weather may be a bit of an issue for the thousands of people expected to attend tomorrow's Holiday Lights Parade, and event planners are taking extra precautions after an SUV plowed into a Christmas parade in Wisconsin last month. Tomorrow there will be extra volunteers stationed at key intersections to move barricades behind the parade as it passes by. The hope is this will help officers keep unexpected drivers off of the parade route. In addition to that, police are asking for anyone with rooftop access in downtown Fargo to make sure those areas are secure during the parade. Police say it could become very problematic in an active shooter or a suicidal person situation. That parade starts at 6:30 tomorrow. An internal investigation is underway against staff members at Cass County Human Services. Sources tell Valley News Live the investigation involves Family Services Manager Linda Dorf and Child Protective Services Unit Supervisor Rick Van Camp and at least one other supervisor. Administrator Robert Wilson confirmed a grievance was filed and is being investigated. Dorf and Van Camp have been investigated before for allegations of fostering a hostile work environment. New for you here on Valley News Live at 10. The Minnesota Department of Corrections just announced new hiring bonuses for corrections officers, but areas like Clay County say it won't help them and they're struggling to fill positions. Valley News Live's Aaron Walling brings us this story.
It'd be really nice if we could get our staffing up to full strength.
In Clay County, they are down 7 corrections positions. The situation is so dire, they're having to house some inmates in a different county.
Didn't think we'd have to house people out, but because we are in a workforce shortage right now, we have to.
Recently, the Minnesota Department of Corrections implemented $5,000 signing bonuses for new officers. But it only impacts the State Department of Corrections. Local departments have to figure out their own ways to entice people to fill the positions. In Clay County, that includes a higher paying wage than that of a state CO starting in January, $22.42 an hour. Kevin Hart, a state recruiter, says that staff shortages are across the state.
I think everywhere is dealing with staff shortages. I think everywhere nationwide is dealing with hiring crunches. I think each place has to deal with it in their own ways.
Clay County Sheriff Mark Empting says the goal is to get their facility fully staffed and to get those inmates back in-house.
We're doing what we can to ensure that we have adequate staffing in our facility. We continue to hire, we continue to advertise, and we'll continue to do that until we are up to full staff.
In Clay County, Aaron Walling, Valley News Live.
Sheriff Empting says they have many paid benefits that include life insurance and a state retirement package. A child is at home recovering tonight after they were hit by a car in West Fargo. That happened at the intersection of 26th Avenue East and Veterans Boulevard just after 6:30 this morning. West Fargo police say the child was taken to the hospital. Police say while incidents like this can happen anywhere, Veterans Boulevard is home to several schools and young families, as well as a large amount of traffic, which creates safety issues.
Kids, what they're doing is they're not using the crosswalks and they're just going across the road whenever. The thing they have to remember is that not all the time drivers are paying attention looking for kids.
Sergeant Belke encourages parents to dress their kids in bright and reflective clothing. He's also begging drivers to slow down and put down their phones. Owner of the former Glosser Images photography company, Jack Glosser, has issued an apology for the first time today regarding the abrupt closure of the business this fall. He made the apology post on social media. However, he still says he has no definitive dates for when customers can expect to receive their pictures and videos of their weddings and engagements. An area teacher saw a need and took it upon herself to solve it. Moorhead High teacher Jean Sando heard there was a shortage of extra pants for younger elementary students at Robert Asp Elementary from its art teacher, Michelle Saylor. The pants are a necessity for accidents or spills. The two took to social media and received donations. On top of that, they got fleece and volunteers to help sew. They called the mission the Pants Project, and they stitched 32 pairs of pants in 3 hours.
It was really lovely. I was so appreciative of Jean because I felt that such a loss, and you just take it every evening and you think, oh my, just such a need, something so basic as having dry pants.
They say they plan on making even more pants after the new year. And a sure sign of the season, the outdoor skating rink is open at the Lights in West Fargo. Tonight kicked off with performances by the Red River Valley Figure Skating Club and the Fargo Park District skaters. There's open skate most days at the full-size NHL rink with skate rental available on site. Still ahead tonight, the U.S. Marshals have now joined in the manhunt for the parents of the Michigan school shooting suspect. We'll bring you the latest.
And tomorrow is the Holiday Lights Parade here in Fargo. We hope to see you there. We'll have our Valley News Live cars all decked out, handing out candy, but dress warmly. Hats, gloves, maybe even some snow boots because snow is looking likely. I'll have your hour-by-hour forecast and a look at how much snow to expect coming up right after the break.